Today we have the monthly practice and teaching, especially our translators, very great effort for us. So thank you so much for translators. So we have the short meditation, motivation prayer, and then start the teaching. Thank you. May universal great kindness and wisdom point the way out of confusion. May the truth there brings ultimate peace inform my life. May the opportunity to gather with the like-minded seekers lead to greater awareness. May the blessing of these teachings today be of great benefit to myself and others. Thank you. Today the topic is about the mind and brain well-being and calm mind and comfortable your body and mind energy. So I don't have plan much explain about brain because these days neuroscience so many explain and they have so many information in the medias. You can learn on that way. But here, so I would say the mind is connected with the brain because we are human being, and when we are alive, and then always connected with the body and mind, especially brain is very important. Our body parts and very functioning all the time, even sleeping. So therefore, very important. The brain is comfortable with you without obstruction. So fundamentally, our spiritual path, ancient Tibetan culture, not very much explain about brain, but they are very wonderful connection with brain. The example in the teaching Tantra system and Bon tradition say that when you invite the deities, you invite from the brain, and human being, the dissolution after body, mind, and separate that time, the deities dissolve into brain. So it explains very important things because the neuroscience telling so many things depend on the brain. So brain is produce mind. So then we have to utilize our universe and subject and object, so many things. So, but directly in ancient spiritual path, particular Tibetan, so there's explain more in mind system, consciousness system. So therefore, I believe your mind is well-being and brain's well-being because there's connection. So the brain is very important. If there is no brain and there's maybe not functioning for your body and mind, that is just the basic science idea. But obviously, we know, so the living beings, all living beings, they don't necessarily a brain like form. There's so many billion cells with them. So because there's some insects, some other animals, they don't have brain with so many cells. Therefore, we need to learn so many things, neuroscience, and with ancient philosophies and psychologies for the mind system. So it is anyway, I would say how to become comfortable your mind and how to remove your negative energies. So that is the more focusing on today's topic. So the explain is not just the many details, but I would say very shortcut, okay, and a great benefit. Not need so much learn, but you will get wonderful result. Because we know everybody busy and could not time to learn, study in these days. So necessary, very shortcut and a powerful message, and that is directly you practice and understand, and then you will be a get result. So that is the best way. So how to your mind well-being, because we know human body, there are so many organs, so many consciousness, so many mind, so many emotions, therefore. So so you today is happy and tomorrow unhappy, day after tomorrow happy, and the next day unhappy. So morning time you're happy and afternoon is unhappy. So that is the human condition. Why we become like this? Because your brain, the one cell is moving and then million cells moving together. That is explained in science. Same thing in ancient psychology idea, mind system. So you have one main consciousness functioning, and at that time there are so many minds together engaging on the objects. But this mind is changing the single moment. Yeah, cannot remain on that level, just only a single moment and changing. So therefore, one day, you have the different emotions, different thoughts around 21,000 surrounding by you in your mind. Therefore, of course, you are changing your attitude and personality and the condition and the emotional actions, mental actions, energy actions, always changing. But it is not a big deal. We have wonderful methods, wonderful solution of the problem. I would say very simply, we have one energy. All other emotions, minds, and energies, those are part of it. Maybe we give example. When we walk on the beach, we see the very huge size of ocean. But you see in your eyes, there are so many waves coming and going all the time. But those are activities into a water, the ocean. There's nothing different actually. Therefore, ancient scripture introduced the very important, the one energy. If you understand about it, then your problem things are disappear eventually. But different people, different idea. I believe all of you learn so many things. You have so many backgrounds of knowledge, spiritual paths, and educations, and traditions. So therefore, everybody has their own idea. Therefore, very difficult to sometimes they think about these things. Very difficult to believe some books and teachings, directions, because so many ideas already. Sometimes some ideas, decisions, and philosophies, these are, say, part of ego. Maybe some of them part of ego, some of them not part of ego, some of them wisdom, some of them ego. But I don't say those are everything ego. I appreciate for the so many ideas, traditions, spiritual paths. If they are not wrong, but there are something obstructions for your change mind. Therefore, whatever for your daily base, negative energies, maybe somebody argued you, fighting you, and you already unhappy, and you have so many negative energies arise, negative emotions arise, difficult to change about that idea, about that energy. So that is the problem things. That's in scripture says defilement and poison, sometimes says poison. So if you can change easily, and then you will get solution very quickly. But the problem things difficult to change. So therefore, the spiritual path needs to plan, practice, and devoted, and patient. So many things necessary. Yeah. So I gave example for you. In your dream, I guess everyone already experienced it about a very fearful dream, very dangerous. In your dream, in previous time, sometimes falling down by the mountain or rocks, sometimes bring by waters or rivers. So sometimes you meet the danger animals like lions and tigers, like that example. So occasionally at that time, your mind is working, same as the daytime and weekday. So, or your mind is working, a lot of fear, emotions arise. Maybe you are shaking for your body. Mind is working very well. But When you wake up from the dream, there is nothing left more. The objects, danger things, just you sleeping at your bed comfortably. Then you very happy, excited, because you nothing got any dangers. So that is the situation of the dream. But it is the same thing, the reality. Many thousand years ago, the scripture explained your dream and your reality is not different. You look back at the 20 years before or 10 years before, what you did, what you learned, where you lived, who is your friend, what you had the job. So these things, maybe you have memory on that situation, but it is same thing at the dream. Nothing left more because there's nothing different with dream. So therefore, in the scripture said, your body, mind, energy, activities, everything depend on your mind and consciousness and your thoughts, emotions. There's nothing anymore. Therefore, you don't be grasping for what you see, those things today or tomorrow or this year, whatever. Because those are not true. Those are doesn't work automatically. Those are working just only temporarily. So now the scripture introduces automatically activities or working. They are only one energy. So that energy is be with you all the time. When you close eye, you have experienced there something you can see, something you hear, so everything there. Because there is an energy. Even my friend Lama, he lost his memory in last year. So now it's better. So he lose everything, the language and the understanding everything. But he left only one. That is the nature of mind energy. Now he got better, and then he told me about that. So he just only left one. So then he can practice that time. He can feel that energy that time. But he lost any other consciousness and thoughts, emotions, everything. So therefore, I say that the mind is creation for your all activities, but deeper than that, your basic one energy. So that is the beyond of your mind. Because your lost memories, consciousness, mind, and stir, the energy remain. So therefore, that energy is beyond of mind. Now what to do? So you connect to the basic energy uh, in your realization, in your understanding. Then there is, don't worry any negative emotions, don't worry any other problem, body, mind, energy, and also negative spirits. So because it is not depend on brain, it is not depend on mind, ultimately. I give another example. There are some, what we say, magician. The magician, they ancient time they do some use mantras and the objects, like powerful objects, and they do some use that, and then some could appear some small things is bigger, and the changing so unbelievable things. Maybe only bring a small piece of wood. Somebody see the elephants and horse. So therefore, people surprise occurs. So after that time, the time is gone, and then he doing things like children play. There's no more elephant. There's nothing horses. And what he show those things. So that is the same thing for your emotions, consciousness, and mind. Because I say those are changing at the single moment. So therefore, everything is just temporarily, and just empty. For your mind is also empty nature. Not necessarily follow your negative emotions, angers, attachment, what had you before, this morning, yesterday, last year. whatever arises, because those are empty nature. I give another example. You see in the sky, space, there are so many clouds, sometimes very dangerous, like ugly black clouds, sometimes white clouds, sometimes very beautiful clouds, yellow, even rainbow appear. But where does come from those? Those are come from the space, ordinary space, empty space. Where do they go? Finally, there's nothing different space, place to go. Just disappear into space. The coming, abiding, and disappear, the three activities are all into space. There's no more other place. Same thing, your negative emotions, minus thoughts, or coming from the energy in the space, abiding into the energy, disappear into the spatial energy, which you have already primordially existence. So I say for you, the very wonderful practitioner, the first learn, those are when you understand about the connection, the spatial energy and or your appearances. When you understand, and then you liberate already. You liberate from negative energies, from defilements, from ego grasping, from ignorance, so many other negative energies. Liberate into your realization. And second level practitioner, first you understand, and then you do practice, you do meditation often and often, and then you will get liberation. I mean, liberation means our negative energies dissolve into your energy. Okay, not these two levels. The third person, you do meditation, but very difficult there with them. And then what you do to do? So you try to, so another method is maybe somebody fighting to you. And then you think about the compassion and peaceful and what we say, loving kindness. So then you need to learn so many things. Why you be compassionate for him or her? Because he or she fighting to you, maybe almost killing you. like that. So you need to learn so many things. So, but you should do. Then eventually you learn step by step, do meditation step by step, and then in the future you have opportunity to liberate into your understanding, to your practice and spiritual path. Because I say already, different people, different idea. Different people, different knowledge. Sometimes you have wonderful knowledge, like science, and so many part of science, but you had already attachment for them, some philosophies or what we say, doctrines, religions, traditions. You have so much attachment for them, then maybe sometimes obstructed for your understanding and your changing mind and your practice. Of course, sometimes helpful for you have foundation for idea, because devotion, how to, why benefit for you devote to the God. Yeah. So you know the God energy. It is amazing. Therefore, you have wonderful devotion of God. That is very good. Your foundation of the practice. It is your foundation of the meditation. It could be your foundation of the spiritual path. It could be your foundation of the realization. Yeah. So therefore, we could say, well, this is good and this is bad. We could practice step by step, checking yourself, investigate yourself, investigate reality, your appearances, daily base, even investigate in human society, what is going on, what they do, they have cause and effect. So many things need to learn. As I say, the main energy, your inner energy or inner wisdom, it's always connected with human being, always connected with our universe and human society. So therefore, this practice you could do in human society, daily basis. Activities with body, speech, mind, energy. What is going on? Happy or unhappy day, what days appears, you could practice all the time. Okay. Thank you so much. Today's teaching here, this much, and see you next time. Maybe we could class another time as for the more than only 1 month. Yeah, so thank you be with me. We have the short prayer. Okay. Through having heard and contemplated these teachings, may the path to peace become accessible. May the light of loving kindness and wisdom awaken and grow increasingly. Illuminated by truth, may I serve as a beacon for suffering beings. May the radiance of the natural mind dispel darkness and benefit all beings. Actually, everyone.